special anyway, but I was just like, man, at least just want to go to a restaurant.
Right.
Nope. That I got shut down too.
Yeah, didn't even get that.
Uber Eats went up way up.
All right, you ready?
Ready?
Yeah.
I'm gonna do the clap right now, but you can start whenever.
Okay.
3, 2, 1.
All right. Countdown for 5. And 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1.
Don't know where these streets can lead you. Find yourself in the midst of evil. In just one taste, and we'll die for more. For more, for more, for more. And my taste buds are going so crazy. This appetite for destruction's a craving. And I'm just trying to shake things lost, trying not to get caught up in this game. No.
Hey, what's up, Saucy Nation? It's your boy Jeff, and if you don't know right now, this is Saucy Discourse, and I'm here with my co-host. What up, boy?
What up, bro? Bro, this is Marcus. You know, Saucy Discourse all day, every day. We are back for episode 2.
Yes, and before we get started, we just want to address our audience and why it took so long to get to episode 2, because we've been through hell and back. Since the first episode.
Man.
You want to go first?
Nah, you go first, man. You go first.
Well, the reason why we took so long for episode 2, because I had death in my family, so my aunt just passed from COVID, and I just want to send a special shout out to my aunt TT, Auntie Gloria, rest in peace.
Rest in peace.
And also my grandmother got sick from COVID as well, so she's getting back. She's doing well, and she's getting back on her feet right now. So. That's why it took me so long to get back with just grieving. It takes time, especially when you're close with someone, and it just takes time to get over it, and you just want to do the best thing going forward. I know my aunt, she was like, Jeff, she would like say to Jeff, just keep going, don't worry about me, and just try to strive for greatness.
Right. Yeah, and condolences to your family. I've been around Auntie, and she's mad cool to be around. So like I said, love for the family. For me, man, I had to deal with the COVID stuff myself. Unfortunately, thank God I'm a lot better.
All praises on that.
All praises on that. People, COVID is no joke, and take it very, very seriously. Please continue masking up. So let's just get right into it, brother. Okay. We on episode 2 now, so now we got to give the fans what they want.
Yeah, so from our previous episode, the pilot episode, it was a person in this room right next to me.
Here we go.
Didn't have the faith in Tom Brady. He was going in on you. Oh, Drew Brees, he's gonna do it. He's gonna beat Brady. And what happened? Is it? First of all, let me ask you a question. All right, since Tom Brady playoff run, has it gone through your mind that he is the GOAT?
No,
he's not the greatest quarterback of all time.
No, That honor and distinction belongs to the great Joe Montana, 4-0 in the Super Bowls. That's right. Now, before you continue, I will personally admit I was very, very impressed with what Tampa Bay did. But I was more impressed with their defense, not their offense. Okay? There's still some alleged plays that happened in the Super Bowl, especially in the second quarter, when you call three was it defensive penalties in a row, and then on the fourth down? No, you call it hold on you want to. You call it on the same player, and then you call it again on the fourth down when he field goal kicker, and you called it on the wrong man with the wrong jersey number, by the way, and then they get the touchdown on the next end. After that, it was pretty much over. But I will admit, I was more impressed by the Bucs defense. I will sit here and eat crow and admit on the first episode I said the Bucs defense had no chance of beating Drew Brees. Not only was I wrong about Drew Brees, I was also wrong about Patrick Mahomes not being the guy that I thought he was. But also at the same time, it wasn't really his fault because he was getting chased like a slave.
He was running. He was
running everywhere. He was running for his life.
Yeah, he was tap dancing like the Hughes brothers.
That man was sidearming left and right. I'm like, man, like, yo, every play this man was gonna have like at least 3-4 defenders chasing him every single play in the Super Bowl. So I will admit, yes, I was proven I was wrong about Brady winning the Super Bowl, but I was more impressed by their defense, not by their offense. That's all I gotta say. But Joe Montana is the GOAT. He's the GOAT.
With 4 rings.
Yes. 4-0. I'm talking about record, not rings. Tom Brady
I just said 4 rings. I ain't say nothing about no record.
Okay. Oh, 4-0. 4-0. Okay.
So he's 4-0. Didn't Brady and Gronk just pass Joe Montana and Jerry Rice?
He did. Okay, and touchdowns and playoff entries. Okay, yes, he did.
Wasn't it Joe Montana on First Take?
Yes.
Did he say that Tom Brady is better than him and he's the GOAT? Did he say that in his mouth? Did he say that?
I missed that episode, so I didn't really see it.
Oh, you missed that episode?
Yeah, I missed that episode.
Oh, you on DVR?
No.
Really? Oh, you in DVR that one?
I got YouTube. I kind of like grasped through it, and I didn't really see it. So, I mean, if you have proof, I would love to hear it, but, I ain't hear nothing about that. But, I'm still saying Joe Montana is the GOAT. That's what I got to say.
That is disrespectful. You're disrespectful.
I'm sorry. When you can't beat Eli Manning not once but twice in the Super Bowl, I don't want to hear nothing about
really? And you going there?
Yeah, I'm going there. Yes.
First of all, you act like they beat the Patriots by so much. It was only about like 2 or 3 points.
That was a dub.
You're unbelievable.
I am unbelievable.
You're unbelievable. You Giant fans never give up. That's the only thing y'all can bring up.
That's all we need.
That's all you need.
That's all we need. Eli
you beat Tom Brady right in the Super Bowl.
If Eli what? So why can't Tom?
Do you realize Tom Brady has more chips than the whole Giants organization?
Yes. Do you also realize that Eli Manning is the only man to beat Tom Brady not once or twice in the Super Bowl?
Well, I mean that's true, but I mean I take that. I take 6 rings over the 2 victories. Eli Manning
should have 8 right now.
Oh, you should have more than that.
Well, okay, maybe 10.
Because it was a stretch that he didn't make the playoffs.
If he was in like 8, if he won like 8 rings. Maybe 9 or 10. I'll give him the GOAT thing. But you can't, in my opinion, in terms of Tom Brady, you can't be a GOAT if you only play one side of the field.
Excuse me?
Yes. If you only play one side of the field, Tom Brady don't play defense. He don't play special teams.
Wait. So how Joe Montana... Wait. Explain to me how Joe Montana played both sides of the field. Explain that to me.
There's nothing to be explained on that. It can't be explained, but I'm just saying...
What?
You say ask the question, who's the GOAT in football? Tom Brady or Joe Montana? I say Joe Montana only because of his record. That's what I'm saying.
When you talk about the GOAT, right, in NFL, right, most of the argument comes from the quarterback position.
True. I just say that, I was impressed by Brady what he did this year. I will admit that.
So you're not willing to apologize to Tom Brady right now?
Hell no. Nope. If he does back-to-back, I'll give him that. You
realize he's the oldest winning quarterback.
What that mean?
In NFL history.
No.
Meaning at his age, nobody has just did that. You realize that, right?
I realize it. Don't matter to me. Dude, don't matter to me, brother.
That is so disrespectful.
If he goes back-to-back, I will give him credit.
So he has to go back-to-back for him to be the GOAT?
He got what, 1 more year?
He has 6 rings.
Don't mean nothing. 6 rings don't mean nothing. Get one more. Go back-to-back.
Let me ask you a question. When the Giants gonna get a ring?
We're coming. We're coming. We're getting closer and closer.
For the next 20 years?
No, we're not. We don't have to go 20 years. Give us like another maybe year or two. We'll be there.
Anyway, moving on.
Since
you don't want to apologize to Tom Brady. That's just so disrespectful.
No
I should cut off your mic.
No.
Just for you saying that.
Nah.
You're ridiculous. You're ridiculous.
Nah.
Anyway.
Nope.
Anyway, there's a lot of breaking news going on in the NFL with Deshaun Watson. You know, there have been 7 civil lawsuits against him, and the lawyer that's actually representing his clients saying that he spoke to 10 women now. So it's not 10 lawsuits, but it has been 7 lawsuits. But he has spoke to a few number of women that actually claiming that Deshaun Watson had forced them to have oral sex and was sending nude pictures to his massage therapists, and that's therapists with the S at the end.
Really?
So my thing with this is, do you think Deshaun Watson does this hurt his chances from being traded from Texas?
No, it doesn't.
Explain.
Everything that's going on is just I'm not feeling it right now. Everything that's going on with Deshaun Watson, it just seems like bad timing in the last year and some change.
Mm-hmm.
Especially when you lose your best receiver, then J.J. Watt is gone, and then you lose piece after piece after piece. And now you've been seeking a trade. You got your money that so well deserved. Now you need a trade. You've been wanting out, and you so definitely deserve a trade because there's nothing more you can do. Now all of a sudden, all these sexual allegations, out the blue.
Well,
How long have these allegations been going on?
Well, this had been brought up before, but it was only one lady that actually came out, and Deshaun Watson actually declined of actually settling with her. So that tells us already, like, why would I settle with a person that basically he feels he's not guilty?
Nah, I ain't buying it. It's always some, and I don't want to sound masculine or anything like that, but there are some women out there trying to set brothers up for the check.
Yeah, it's true.
And now all of a sudden, he went from 7 allegations to, I believe it's now 11? 7 to now 11?
It's about 10 to 11 allegations, but
so
7 civil lawsuits.
Right. It started out with 7, now it's 10, now it's 11. Like, okay, why now? Well, because he's one of the best quarterbacks in the league. I personally want to talk about the stuff on the field, but all these allegations seems like just popping up out the blue. Yeah, I feel like I need more proof.
Yeah, I do. I mean, how you could force a woman to have oral sex? Like, it's a lot of questions. Like, do you have a gun to her?
I was about to say, like,
was it a
gun
knife?
to her head?
Like,
is he threatening her? Is he choking her? What are you doing? Like, what proof?
There's a lot of questions that need to be answered about that. But to take it a step further, I think the organization has something to do with this.
Yeah,
because
to keep him to stay.
Yeah, to keep him to stay.
Yeah, I can see that.
Because as soon as he wanted out, these allegations started coming up again.
Yeah,
and multiple times. So, not to sound like a conspiracy theorist, but I think the organization has something to do with this as well.
I gotta agree with you. I gotta agree with you. Not only do I take it a step further, I think all those women right there from Houston are part of the organization.
So you think they're being paid by the Texans
just to keep them there?
Just to keep them there.
Just to keep them there. Like, look, man, we know we're starting over, but we need you. And if you ain't, we know you want to trade, but we're gonna make you suffer. Just to make sure you stay. We will drop these allegations if you stay on the Texans one more year, another year or two. I know it sounds crazy. I know it sounds, like you said, conspiracy theorist. And I know it sounds far-fetched, but these things are just coming out the blue, man. There's no other explanation to this.
It's true.
You look at, I have him on, I follow him on IG. Nothing of this pattern resembles all these allegations. Now, I'm not saying you can't judge a book by its cover, but it don't feel like that.
It does. His character doesn't. Because if you actually listen to like his ex coaches and teammates and ex teammates,
right?
They all sing praises of Deshaun Watson.
Yeah.
So it seemed like the way that people describe him and the way that these allegations is actually being brung out, it doesn't match his character. But we don't know, behind closed doors, everybody got skeletons in the closet. So I'm not saying that he's not guilty. I'm not saying that he is. But from what the evidence that we know so far, it doesn't. It seemed out of character of Deshaun Watson.
Yeah, it just don't feel like that to me. It's just his character, like especially what he done, especially during the Texas storm, and when they had the ice storm, and all the charities that he's putting his money to. He's taking money out of his own salary and donated to charity.
Right.
And now these out of the blue in a matter of what, 24 hours, sexual allegations like that, and the number keeps adding up, getting higher and higher. Something don't sound right about that.
Yeah. It's funny, and I can't wait for more information to come out about this. All right, so let's move over to the NBA real quick. Mm-hmm. Who is your MVP right now?
Oh, that's a tough one. You can go. Ooh. My first answer was Joel Embiid for Philadelphia 76ers. He was balling. He ain't shooting from the outside like that. He taking it straight to the post like a big man supposed to. Mm-hmm. I'm going to have to give it right now to Damian Lillard.
Why?
As an MVP candidate.
Why do you feel like Dame is?
For a couple reasons. Half the year, half of this season, as short as it already has been, he's already lost half his roster. There's a point in time he lost McCollum. There's a point in time he's playing without Melo. There's a time he was playing without Nurkic. He's still out. Playing without Zach Collins. That's at least 2/3 of your offense, notwithstanding him. And the way he's been balling, I mean, was it, if memory serves me correct, Portland right now is in the 5th seed in the Western Conference, and it's all been Dame. Melo's had a couple good games since he's been back, but Dame has played without half a roster, and he's been dominant. Had a couple of 50-point games.
They're actually number 6.
They're actually number 6 right now. So the fact there's a point in time he's in like the 3rd or 4th seed, and the fact that he had half his roster out with injuries and a couple of COVID tracing issues, he's been, in my opinion, MVP caliber. LeBron is there. Yes, LeBron fans. LeBron is always going to be there every year, but I just don't feel like he's not there this year. I don't think that he needs the MVP. He doesn't need the MVP. I think he's more concentrated on more back-to-back trophies than he is trying to get that MVP.
Oh, you ready for this? Do you know who's my MVP right now?
I want to hear the answer.
And my answer is James Harden.
Oh, I can go
James
with
Harden
that.
is the MVP right now.
I can go with that.
He's averaging over 25 points a game. He's 20th in assists, right?
Yep. 20th.
No, he's first in assists, and he's
assist.
20th in rebounds.
Okay.
Right. So James Harden is basically averaging near a triple-double.
Right.
For the season, right? So that's why. Oh, he's shooting 47.1% from the field.
Right.
3 points, he's shooting 36.8%. He's averaging about 37 minutes a game.
Okay, I got a question for that, but continue.
Go ahead.
So, I have no problem with you saying Harden is your MVP. No problem with that. My question is, what is different from his game that, since he's been traded to Brooklyn, that we have not seen in previous seasons in Houston?
He wasn't averaging a triple-double. He was just basically the scorer.
I mean, he's had a lot of triple doubles when Houston MVPs.
Yeah, but he's not averaging a triple.
He's not averaging triple double, so that's what you feel like the only difference.
Right. Just like Russ won the MVP, he averaged a triple double.
Okay.
That's why he won it.
Okay.
So and plus, you got KD out. Like, Kyrie plays here and there. Blake haven't played yet. He had a bad knee.
Right.
So James Harden is pretty much carrying the team right now.
And he is the essential point guard, as Kyrie has told him.
Yes.
He's the essential point guard. And like I said, I have no problem with James Harden being MVP. I just feel like I've seen the same thing from Harden. I don't care if he wins MVP, good. I want playoffs. I want to see what you do in the playoffs.
Absolutely.
You can't stink it up in the playoffs this year. You have no excuses. Before, you said you needed help. You had Chris Paul. That didn't work out. You had Dwight Howard. That didn't work out.
Respects, Chris Paul got hurt.
Okay, he got hurt in Game 7, yes. But as the superstar that we know you are, you ain't step up. You have no issues now in Brooklyn with Kyrie, and when KD does come back, because we know he's coming back, I think KD probably just chilling to the playoffs, personally. I don't really think he's going to play the rest of the season.
He has to come back before the playoffs just to get back in games.
Yeah, maybe like a game or two or something like that.
Nah, he needs more than 2 games.
Like what, a whole week maybe? Maybe a week?
No, he at least needs to play at least 2 weeks worth of games.
Okay.
For him to get back in game shape.
Right. All right, but
I just want
playoff success for him. Playoff success.
I agree.
If you show up, I'll shut up.
No, I agree. That's the biggest. That's the biggest elephant in the room.
Right.
As James Harden getting past the first, getting to the NBA Finals.
Mm-hmm.
That should be his ultimate goal, because he didn't make it to the Western Conference Finals. Well, the Clippers should have went that year, but he didn't make it. But he actually lost to Golden State Warriors.
Right.
And then the last couple of years, he's been losing in the second round. So now you have help. Now you have other superstars you're playing with on your level.
True.
You know what I'm saying? All respect to Chris Paul, but, when it comes to, actually being that number 2 guy, he's not that scorer like a KD or a Kyrie. Like he could get you a bucket here and there, but when you really need it, it doesn't add up to Kyrie and Kevin Durant.
I could see that. So
when you say that he didn't, he needed help, Dwight Howard is not help. He can't on a defensive end, yes, but he can't score buckets like that. And then you had Chris Paul. Chris Paul could get you a bucket here and there, like I just said. So he didn't really have a number 2 or 3. He didn't ever had a big 3 before. So this is his first time being a part of a big 3.
Chris Paul was balling though.
I never say he wasn't.
Well, I'm just saying that. Whoa. Before you say that, you can't say big 3, because remember it was him, Westbrook, and Kevin Durant at OKC, right? That was the big. No,
that's not a big 3, because they all came up together.
What?
No, that's not a big 3. That is not a modern day big 3.
Wow. So
that is not a modern day big 3.
That's not a modern day big 3.
No, it's not.
Wow.
They was inbred.
They was inbred. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. I'm gonna leave it at that.
Kevin Durant got drafted first, right?
Yes.
Then Westbrook came in, and then James Harden came in.
And that game's all evolved. I mean, they were in the finals. Yes, they lost to LeBron's Heat.
Yeah.
And I just feel like their games evolved. Would you say their games more evolved together or separately when Harden got traded?
Separately.
Okay. That's what I want to make sure. But
yeah, they could have had more success in OKC, but that was the organization for it. They could have kept them together, but it's a small market,
right?
And they can't afford to pay that luxury tax,
right? So back to the MVP conversation. Would you say this year is the most difficult to choose for the MVP this year? Because I can't remember. You can go like 12, 13 players right now, MVP candidates.
Yeah, I think this is probably one of the hardest because you got more than 3 candidates to be MVP. Mm-hmm. Like in the past, you always had in the conversation, you had LeBron, you had Kobe.
Yeah, you have 5.
Yeah, usually you have 5, but people usually bring up the top 3.
Right.
Kobe, LeBron, or Shaq, or Kevin Nash, not Kevin Nash, Steve Nash. Kevin Nash, talk about me.
We'll get to that later.
Yeah. So it always been like a lead. They mentioned 5, but it was always a top 3.
Yeah, but this year's you got, if Embiid doesn't get hurt, he's number 1. Then you have Braun, of course. You got Jokic. You got Greek Freak. You got Dame Lillard. You can say maybe Doncic. You can
make an argument for Kyrie as well.
You can make an argument for Kyrie. You can make an argument for James. It's a good 7. Right? I just mentioned a good 7 right now. You know what I'm saying? Did I say Doncic? Doncic too, if you want to put him on that list. Doncic, it's not his fault that it seems been up and down. Okay.
Nah. But you got a handful, 2 handfuls of MVP candidates that we never had before.
I love the competition this year.
Yeah, it's definitely true. Let's talk about your Knicks.
Let's talk about it. The hype is real, people. You see the orange, people.
Oh my God!
The orange is real. Orange and blue skies. We coming, people.
Oh
the
my
Knicks is
God.
coming. I've been waiting for this all week.
Oh
I've been
my
waiting
God.
for this. Go ahead.
floor is
Ask the
yours.
question. Ask the
floor
question.
Is yours.
Okay.
Do you think the Knicks is making the playoffs?
Absolutely.
This year? Oh my God!
It's been a long damn time. 2012. We've been waiting. All we ask is for competition. All we ask is play hard. And we have done that this year. What seed we in right now, my brother?
8.
We're in 8th right now? No, we'll
Wait. Let me.
What, go ahead.
No, go ahead. I'm gonna wait.
Look. We was in 4th. We had a couple bad losses.
Well, you started out in 8. Then you went to 4. Then you went back to 8.
Okay, that's fine. That's fine.
Go ahead.
When the season first started, answer this simple question for me. Did you think the Knicks were a playoff caliber team? Yes or no?
Before the season started?
Yes.
Hell no.
Exactly. Not only have we proven people like you, Brooklyn Nets fans, wrong, we have proven a lot of people wrong that we have a culture now.
The Knicks is proving that the Brooklyn Nets wrong?
No, not just the Brooklyn Nets, not just fans,
No, I'm just
players,
saying,
teams.
just in the same city. You actually you said that your Knicks is proving the Nets wrong?
Yeah, they proving them wrong.
God. All right, keep going.
We lost KD, we lost Kyrie, we didn't get Zion, we didn't get no damn body. So we had to go from within, and we need a culture change. So not only World Wide West, you know what I'm saying? We got Tibbs, we bring back Woody. We got a lot of players. We got the coaches from Kentucky, the University of Kentucky, that know how to coach.
Yeah, all right.
They all right. They know what they're doing. You see the results. Julius Randle, all-star. Remind you, he is the first Knick ever right now to average 20, 10, and 5. Not even a great Patrick Ewing, not Walt Clyde. None of the Knicks in NBA history, in the history of the Knicks, have ever done that. Emmanuel Quickly, CBS Sports, gave him a D+ when he got drafted. They look real stupid right now.
A D+?
A D+.
Okay.
And when he got drafted, a D+. Looking real stupid right now. I'm looking at the camera. Yeah. Y'all look real stupid right now, huh? Let's see. Austin Rivers, he did his thing. Now he's not even on the bench. We got Mitchell Robinson. When he comes back, he's going to be healthy. We got a good squad. We have the chance to make the playoffs. And Lord help us if we play Brooklyn in the first round. We can get 2 games. I'm telling you, we can get 2 games against the Brooklyn Nets. That's with a healthy KD, Kyrie, and James Harden. No, this is not the drink. This is not the liquor talking. I'm a Knicks fan saying we can get at least 2 games. No, it's not the liquor talking. 2 games. 2 games. I didn't say a sweep. I didn't say we was going to sweep him. I'm not saying finals. I'm saying playoffs, and we at least get 2 games. Brooklyn don't play no defense, if you notice. They don't play no defense. We are number 1 in overall defense. Number 1. No, come on. You got to admit, we have a chance to make the playoffs. Since 2000, and the last time Knicks made the playoffs, Jeremy Lin, Carmelo Anthony, Tyson Chandler, J.R. Smith. It's been that long.
Yeah, I know. That's it?
Yes.
Oh, you done?
No,
Keep going.
No, I'm just telling you. Look, see? Orange and blue skies. I'm dead serious about this. We got a chance. Anything's everything. Orange and blue skies, brother. All niggas, we have a chance to make the playoffs. We will make the playoffs. Whether you believe it or not. I know everybody get their laughs on. Everybody laughing at me like, you know what? This dude has been smoking and something wrong with him. Knicks are making the playoffs, brother. And I'm going to keep saying it until we do. And I'll prove everybody wrong. Don't be surprised if we make a little trade for a real NBA superstar. Maybe a Zach LaVine, maybe a Bradley Beal.
That's a big upgrade, right?
That's a
Zach
major
LaVine's
upgrade.
a big upgrade?
Yes, he is.
Oh, my God.
Zach LaVine's Zach LaVine in the Garden? What? Come on, man. Come on. We got pieces. Brother. We can get a star now.
Who you willing to give up for Zach LaVine?
We probably Kevin Knox, Neil, I can't even say his name. Frank Ntilikina. He's going to be those are the first 2 going to be.
So you
gone.
actually think
We give a couple picks.
the Chicago Bulls want Frank Ntilikina and Mike Knox?
Frank Knox,
whatever his
Kevin
name,
Knox.
Kevin Knox, whatever his damn name is.
Wow.
Do you actually
Disrespect.
think
Yes.
that the Chicago Bulls is willing to give up Zach LaVine for Frank?
It's going to take a couple. It's going to take a couple more
Knox.
players and a couple more picks, but it's possible, brother. LaVine ain't happy in Chicago. Bradley Beal ain't happy in
Who the hell
Washington.
would be happy in Chicago? The owner's not even happy in Chicago.
Wow. I want to go. I want to say that. Bradley Beal ain't happy in Chicago.
Chicago has the 10th spot right now.
Okay. Bradley Beal's not happy in Washington.
With an 18-22 record, then you got the Indiana Pacers ahead of them with a 9th spot with an 18-22 record.
Okay.
And then this is sad. This is how terrible the East is, right? So you have as of right now, right?
Mm-hmm.
I just refreshed my laptop, right?
Okay.
On the Eastern Conference standings, right? So you know who's sitting on the 8th spot right now?
Atlanta Hawks.
Nope.
Really? No. You said
It's the Boston Celtics.
Oh yeah.
Boston. So you gotta see the Boston Celtics is 20-21, right? Then ahead of them you have the Charlotte Hornets, which is 20-20.
Shout out to LaMelo Ball.
Then your Knicks is in the 6th spot. And then you have
Who would they be playing right now in the 3rd seed?
y'all be playing Milwaukee Bucks, which is a total wrap for y'all.
Yeah, I don't like that.
And then you have Atlanta Hawks, right? They 22-20, so it's close. So it's either if the Chicago Bulls and the Indiana Pacers make a run, a playoff run, right? One of these teams ain't making it. Is either going to be a Knicks, the Charlotte Hornets. I believe the Boston Celtics will find their way to get in.
Are we sure about that now?
I believe the Atlanta Hawks will find their way to get in. Miami Heat is definitely making the playoffs. So it's either the Knicks or the Charlotte Hornets that's not making it.
Oh, my Knicks is getting
If the
in.
Chicago Bulls and the Indiana Pacers, and then behind that you got Toronto in the run too. So Toronto 17-24 has the 11th spot.
No, we can eliminate Toronto.
Oh, you never know because you got Siakam that's out. So once he come back, and if they keep Kyle Lowry, I can make a run. You still got what's his name? The light skinned dude.
Fred VanVleet?
Yeah, him.
Oh, you mean Drake 2.0?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, Drake 2.0.
First of all, we can eliminate Toronto because I don't know what the hell happened to them.
You can't really say that because they two back.
Are we sure about Boston right now?
Hell yeah.
I'm not so sure about that.
With the talent that Boston has, and you just got Marcus Smart back?
I ain't so sure, bro. I'm not sure about Boston.
So you saying, wait. Are you sitting here saying with a straight face that you don't believe in the Boston Celtics making the playoffs?
The way they be looking right now, bro. I know. I watched a lot of Boston Celtics game this year. Something ain't right.
So the Boston Celtics is not better than the Charlotte Hornets?
No, it's not
or
better.
The Knicks?
No. I'm not. No. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying they're not better than them. They are obviously, talent-wise, they are head and clear above both teams. Something just does not seem to be clicking with Boston right now. You got Tatum and Brown. Kemba ain't been Kemba this year. He's getting there slowly but surely, but he ain't been Kemba this year. You gonna say
you making the Bronx look bad, Kemba. You making the Bronx look bad. Come on,
I ain't say all that. I ain't say that.
I'm saying it. I'm saying that you making the Bronx look bad.
No,
Stop it.
I didn't go.
You need to go back.
I'm not going that far.
You need to make a visit back home and realize the roots that you came from.
Wow.
And you need to play like the Kemba Walker we know we had seen for years.
Wow.
Right now, you playing like a straight scrub. Right now.
Wow. A scrub?
You playing like a scrub right now.
A
scrub.
Wow.
Nobody on the fantasy team want to pick Kemba Walker up. Nobody on any fantasy team want to pick Kemba Walker up.
Wow.
You playing like a scrub.
Wow.
You're a Bronx Knight.
What?
Get your shit together.
Wow.
Get your shit together.
Wow. I'd say he was struggling.
It's Bronx love. It's Bronx love.
It
it's
is.
Bronx love.
No doubt. I didn't say I don't.
Boogie down.
I'm not saying he all of that. No, whoa. We got toned down, brother.
I ain't got to tone nothing down.
What?
He's not playing like Kemba Walker.
Nah, man. Okay, the Kemba we know, I saw him at Rice High School. So
is he playing like the same Kemba Walker in Rice?
No. He's not
There you
playing.
go.
He's not playing like the Kemba from Rice or UConn. Okay. However, I ain't call Kemba no scrub. That's too far.
I say he's playing like a scrub right now.
Nah, he's
right now.
Nah, bro.
Right now. Kimba is not hitting the shots like he normally hits.
I agree with that. That's why I say
so you didn't go back to the drawing board on that one.
What trying? Yeah, make a trip back home to the
Yes, he does.
He got to go back to Sacramento.
He got to go back to Rice.
Oh man, Rice is not even there no more, brother.
Well, whatever. He need to do something.
Oh,
you get back with your old teammates or something. Reminisce about the good times you had at Rice. Go back to UConn. Do something.
Nah, bro, that was too far. That was too far.
Far?
I'm just saying he's not playing up to the par that we expect him to play.
That's what I'm saying.
No, you say he's playing like a scrub.
He is playing right now. He's playing. I never say he's a scrub. I say he's playing like a scrub right now.
Nah, bro, that's too far.
That's too far to
That
call him a
was-
scrub right now.
No, he's playing.
Right now.
You just might as well.
The boss sells
you
us
might
in the
just call
A spot
Kemba
right
a-
now.
You just might as well call him a bum right
No,
now.
that's different.
That's
That's different.
You might as well call
That's,
him a
no.
bum.
No, it's different being a scrub and a bum.
Okay, bruh. No, man. That's
It's a difference.
Kemba. That's BX. That's BX right
I
there.
know that's BX.
I say
I'm
the man
showing BX
struggling.
love.
Not by calling him. He playing like a scrub.
He's
right
playing like
now.
a scrub right now.
Ooh.
I'm saying right now, not his whole career. I'm saying right
No,
now.
Right now. Okay, fine. I just say he's struggling. He will get back. I'm just saying overall with Boston, something's not right. That's all I'm saying.
So what do you think it is?
They got to make a trade, bro. They need a big man to actually score.
So who you willing to give up to get that big man that can actually score? And who would you get as a big man?
I think that's the thing I don't know. You know what I'm saying? There's not a lot of big men at the score. Maybe he's getting somebody like a LaMarcus Aldridge, since he's,
LaMarcus Aldridge?
You need some scoring from the front court.
Nah, that's a bum. He's a bust.
Whoa.
LaMarcus Aldridge is a bust right now.
Bro, Google him. Google
What?
Google him in the
For what?
playoffs. Back in the day when he was in Portland, when he
That was
in San
10
Antonio,
years ago.
Wow, it really was 10 years ago? Damn. But he ain't fell off like he was that. It was 10 years ago when he was in Portland?
It damn didn't feel like it.
Oh, shit. Excuse my language, but damn.
How many years he been?
I made
How
one
many
of
years
these
he
this
been with San Antonio? It's been like 5+ years.
About 4 years.
Because he was there when Dunk was there, right? Or he came a year after he retired.
Came here after retired.
Right. And that was a while ago when Duncan retired.
Ooh. Okay, back to what we were saying though. My Knicks are making the playoffs. That's what I'm saying. We're going to make the playoffs. And you're going to reap the words that you said, and I want an apology. Will we do another episode? No.
Oh,
I want to.
so you want an apology, right?
Yeah.
You want an apology for your Knicks, but you can't apologize for Tom Brady?
That's here nor there. I'm just saying. I want an apology from every Knicks fan to people like you and other people that have been laughing, clowning my Knicks for years, laughing at our pain. We have gone through it. Now, is it Dolan's fault? Yes. Is it MSG Security's fault? Yes. Leave the people alone. When you got gods, Nick gods, like Patrick Ewing come to the damn building, you know
Nick gods.
Patrick Ewing is a Nick god. Come on. He made
What
in the
has he
90s.
done for the Knicks?
What you gonna do this?
It's
right
a simple
now?
question. What has he done for the Knicks?
Bro, he brought us not to the finals. He almost brought us to the finals, right?
He did bring us to the
He brought
finals.
us to the finals. He
In
did.
94, he brought us to the
94
finals.
brought us to the finals. He got drafted. He took us to lengths that we did not expect. His offense, defense. He gave his knees to us. As bad as his knees were, he gave us everything and then some. If he just made that layup against Indiana in the playoffs, we'd be solid. We might go back to back.
You mean that finger roll he missed?
Yes. Okay. Why you do that, man? Why you do that, bro? Why you do that?
But you
had the
you
squad.
bringing up gods.
Okay, maybe God's a little. When you bring up legends,
Like a Nick God to me is
Legends.
like Willis Reed, Clyde
legends.
Frazier.
Okay, yeah, okay.
That actually brought a chip to the Knicks.
Yes, that 1972. We weren't even conceived yet.
72,
I'm
73
talking
season.
about the 90s,
Lakers won a
bro.
7,
When
won
the Knicks
72.
was good in the 90s.
When it was good in the 90s.
We were the three best teams in the East. Behind Indiana, of course, Chicago. Before Penny and Shaq.
Yeah, I give you
We
that.
were there.
I was there.
We was there.
Y'all were top 5.
You were top 3. And I'm
5.
saying
I would
East.
say 5.
I'm saying on the
I
East.
think of more teams.
Only in the East. Only in the East. We ain't talking West. We were there. Patrick Ewing was the guy. How the hell MSG Security got to follow this dude and ask him a million questions when you're inside Madison Square Garden?
Bro,
His
it's been
jersey
like, it's
is
been like 40 years.
his
Like,
jersey's in the rafters.
Nobody has working for security for the MNG.
They don't pull out nobody else.
Does not have the right to
They
know.
don't pull that with Jack Nicholson. Go to Staples Center.
Because maybe the Lakers do things different. Maybe they have a training saying that, hey, this is Jack Nicholson. When he comes in, let him in.
I got 2 words for you.
Knowing the Knicks, they probably don't have that when it comes to their ex-players.
Charles Oakley and Spike Lee.
And what's the point?
My point is, stop doing MSG Security. Stop doing that to our guys, man. These guys put in blood for y'all, man.
I think the security is just doing a job. I think this is coming directly from Dolan.
Yeah, I don't want to see. Dolan's one of those people you don't want to see. I don't want to see him.
It's
in the
coming
streets.
from directly from Dolan.
Yeah, if I see
What
Dolan in the
is-
streets, it's on site. I'm saying, leave the Knicks alone.
Listen.
We actually good for a change. People are talking about
I mean,
us.
all right.
We're
Nah,
not.
I wouldn't
we-
say good.
We are not the laughing stock like I used to be.
Yeah, all right. I don't want to say good yet.
Come on, man. Come on, man.
Listen, let me tell you something about the Knicks, okay? I mean, this is what happens.
What?
This is what y'all do, okay? The New York Knicks, right? When y'all first started out, right? Like you said, nobody has any expectation of y'all being this good. I admit that.
Okay.
Y'all play good defense, right? Because y'all under Tibbs. Tibbs is all about defense first, the offense last. That's why you only score like 100 points a game. But you're first in defensively, right? So when it comes to the Knicks, right, it's people like you, right, seeing that the Knicks are doing well because it's been years since they actually been well since Carmelo was there. They was all right when Carmelo was there. I don't want to see. I don't want to say
when
they
Melo
all
was there.
I won't say they was all
threes all day.
They never got past the first, second round. Stop it. Okay. All right. So y'all was good with Melo, right? So how many is 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20? So it's been 8 years since Carmelo.
And after those 8 years, we have been the laughing stock
Yeah,
of
I've
the
been a
NBA.
laughing stock of New York City, period, right? Because you got an owner that sucks, don't care about nobody but his damn self, right? With his egotistical self, all right? And then you have bad GMs. Don't even get started with Phil Jackson, right? You have bad GMs throughout the years.
Why you bringing up old stuff, bro? We talking about now, man.
Oh, really?
Yeah, man.
I'm just bringing this to it. I'm just bringing this to it.
Bro, I don't
They have
appreciate
bad
that right
GMs,
now, bro.
right? Like
Come
Phil
on, man.
Jackson, right?
Come on, man.
Phil Jackson. As soon as the Knicks start winning some games, it's Knicks fans like you that get super excited. They get super excited for what? For what? Right? Y'all started out in the 8th seed.
And you just you just said the answer right there. When's the last time we were excited?
Bro, but when it's a difference. When y'all Knicks fans get excited, y'all act like y'all winning the chip.
No, I ain't say that.
How many memes you guys see me when I'm holding a damn Larry O'Brien trophy? So that's taking it too far. Y'all putting too much faith in the Knicks. And everybody knows, once you put too much faith in the Knicks, they start to choke. Right? Because they start out 8th, they went to 4th, and now they back down to 6th. And to tell you the truth, listen, somebody ain't making the playoffs. And I have to bet my money. I would say the Knicks is not making the playoffs this year. They're not making the playoffs.
I'll
You know
take that
why?
bet. I'll take that
You know
bet.
why?
I'll take that bet.
You know why?
Okay.
You know why y'all making the playoffs this year?
Why they make
Because
playoffs?
y'all gonna find a way to mess things up. Point proven. The Brooklyn game. Julius. Oh, the Knicks fans was hyped that game. That was hype. We came down for 18 down. That came down. We was 18 down. We came back. In the final
this
play
is
of the
what-
game.
This is
They had
what.
a chance to tie the game or win. And the basic NBA rules. When you dribble the ball, you go for the shot. If the defensive player hits the ball, we must drop the ball before your feet hits the ground. If you don't do that, that's a travel. Right? Julius Randle traveled.
It's a travel.
His feet hit the ground before he bounced the ball.
He traveled. Yes, he did.
And y'all had a chance to win the game and y'all blew it. See, it's situations like that it's going to come down to a point when the Knicks going to need a game to get in the playoffs. Just like your damn Giants did this year with the Eagles game. You just have faith that the Eagles going to win the game for you for to make the playoffs. It's going to be a situation like that the New York Knicks, it's going to come down to one game. We're going to need this game to get in the playoffs. Come on. We can do it. It's going to be a basic play. Something like Julius Randle did, a chapter play that's going to roll and everything. I can't wait. I can't wait. The New York Knicks is going to mess it up. They always get in their own way.
Keep that same energy, brother. That's all
I'm
saying.
keeping this damn same energy.
Keep that same energy.
I'm
when we in the
keeping the damn
playoffs,
same
I want apologies. I want an apology. I want an apology.
No players. And every time make the playoffs, you got to play
going
the
to
70s.
make the playoffs.
You gotta make it. Let's say you get the 8th spot, right?
Okay. We play Philly.
Yeah, play. you actually think y'all gonna win a game in Philly?
We can win a game.
Oh my God.
We can win a game in
Oh
Philly.
my God.
We can win a game in Philly. I say 2 against Brooklyn, but if we play Milwaukee, yeah, we don't stand a chance. I can admit this.
Y'all stand a chance to get the Nets.
No, we stand a chance.
Y'all stand a chance to get the Nets?
Yes, we do. I said 2
when everybody's
games.
healthy?
I said 2 games. Brooklyn don't play no damn defense. We play defense.
Okay, but you can't score the ball.
Well, we can score when we want to.
I'm not saying threes. We go old school. Well, we got to hit some threes, but we can hit some twos. I trust Randall. I trust Barrett. I damn sure just trust quickly.
You trust Barrett?
So
you trusting these new rookies that haven't even been to the playoffs yet
Barrett is only
to come through for you.
This is third year, I believe. This is third year. I trust him. He's gotten better every year.
He never been to the playoffs though.
Of course, he's not gonna go in his playoffs in his first year.
It's a different environment.
We will see.
The New York Knicks is not making. I hope y'all make. I hope y'all do make the playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
I hope because if
coming in with a jersey and all.
Oh my God!
Jersey,
if y'all don't make the playoffs, I want you to understand this. If the New York Knicks do not make the playoffs, do you know how bad the next episode we do is going to be? Do you know how bad it's going to be? Do you know how bad it's going to be
I'm
for
not
you?
thinking that.
Do you know how bad it's going to be for you?
It's orange and blue skies. Bro.
Oh
it's
man,
orange and blue skies.
You're unbelievable. You're unbelievable.
Okay, fine.
New York Knicks, please.
All right, moving on.
And why you keep talking about glory days with the New York Knicks? What glory days y'all had?
We had glory days in the 90s. And
those are glory days in the 90s?
Hey, man, it was hard.
Y'all didn't do anything in the 90s.
Hey, man, we played hard around that time, just like we playing hard right now. We playing hard on defense. There's a lot
First of all, 90s, right?
Sir.
Y'all got bumped by Chicago. The early 90s,
this
right?
Is Jordan. Everybody got bumped by Jordan, bro.
All right.
Jordan and Reggie.
And then Jordan retires, right?
Yeah.
He retires, right?
Yeah.
And then you finally make the finals in 94.
Right.
Y'all get to a game 7 with the Houston Rockets. and who was the bad for you? John Starks, who can't even hit a 3 to save his life.
My man went 1 for 27.
1 for 27. That,
First of all,
man.
Why the hell you shooting the ball 27? See, this is what you did. You put me back.
That was your best shooter at the time.
27 shots?
That was your best shooter on the team?
27 shots.
That was the best shooter on the team.
If I'm a coach, my players should shoot 1 for 27. You ain't playing the rest of the game.
And this is Pat Riley making decisions. Yeah, it was just embarrassing.
Okay.
That just put like a little dent in his legacy.
Moving on.
Just being one part of the Knicks.
Moving on. We're going to talk about some boxing. First things first, we recently lost the great, marvelous Marvin Hagler.
Yes. Rest in peace.
Rest in peace to him. What was your thoughts about, obviously, the loss of one of the boxing's true GOATs, true fighters?
It was heartbreaking, man.
Yeah.
And just to hear the reasons why he died was heartbreaking. You know, I mean, Tommy Hitman Herms actually not tweeted, but he actually put on his Instagram that Marvelous took the vaccine. And that was the reason why he died, of him taking his vaccine. And then, you know, just as we talk on the flagship show about on such conversations about the vaccine, I just want everybody to be careful about taking this vaccine.
Facts.
Do your research,
Mm-hmm.
talk to your doctor, and see, because you gotta remember, these vaccines that they're giving out, was the Pfizer vaccine or is Johnson & Johnson, these are not FDA approved. FDA said they're like, the blood is not on our hands. This is not FDA approved vaccines. You're actually being an experiment when you take these vaccines. So I just want everybody to do the research, look in what's in these vaccines, because you got, you know, a lot of stuff. You have like a fetus tissue, lung tissue in this vaccine. Okay, so just to be clear, yeah, but yeah, I was talking about what Hitman said. So that just recently came out. Yeah. So another article just came out saying that Hagler didn't die from the COVID-19. So we just got to be careful about what we hear. But I'm just going about what the Hitman said on Instagram. But if he didn't die from it, you know, it could be something that a pre-addition that you had that could affect it. But you don't know, because like it's a lot of cover-ups and stuff like that. So it's like a gray area.
Yeah, I'm also in that gray area with the vaccine. I have family members told me that they've taken it, and it has got me concerned. Some family members, they said, you know, First day felt fine. Second day a little sluggish.
Yeah.
But they're still alive and well. Thank God for that. I'm definitely in the gray area with that. But going to Marvin Hagler, man, what a boxer.
Yeah.
He was a fighter.
One of the greatest middleweights of all time.
Man, I recently, was it last Tuesday, I watched a fight with him and Tommy Hearns.
Which one? It was part one?
Part one, yes. Man,
This is a number.
it was a different time at that time. Like 15 rounds, bro.
Yeah. It
You
was
can
different.
never
The smoke was
have
different.
that today. The smoke
If you
was
said
real.
you wanted to smoke, like you had bad blood with somebody,
Yeah,
and you wanted
man.
that smoke, you had to go 15 rounds.
And he fought a lot of people. He fought Duran.
No mas.
He fought obviously Tommy Hearns. He fought a lot of
Sugar Ray
middleweights.
Robinson.
Sugar Ray Robinson. And the fact that he didn't get paid like a fighter, he didn't care about the money. He just cared about the love of the sport and the fighter. And he took it seriously. Like, look, you don't say I'm the best, we gonna have a problem.
Right.
And when I watched him and Tommy Hearns go at it, it was a war.
You could actually hear the shots
Yeah,
through the TV.
that's a fact.
Like you ever seen Rumble in the Jungle?
Yeah.
Like it was like that.
Yeah,
Like,
it
you
definitely
could
was
you could
like
hear
that.
the headshots of these shots that these men was taking in the ring. It was a different era right there.
There was some screw job where he got screwed out of a draw when he clearly won one fight. I forgot what fight that was. And he got screwed out of a fight. They said it was a draw, but he was beanbagging this guy. I forget the name. But overall, Marvin Hagler, to me, is one of the top 5 greatest boxers of all time, bar none.
I want to say top 5.
I go with top 5. I can't. My
You
pops
could
put me
say
on
top 5 middleweights,
You can say middleweight, sure.
but not all time. I want to say all time.
I just say his punching power, the way he punches is his style, his aggressiveness. He was one of those guys that he just didn't care about the money. He just cared
Southpaw,
about
yeah.
the southpaw. He's one of those guys that he just didn't care about, money or the flashiness or anything like that. He was just aggressive, just gritty and aggressive. And his fight against Tommy Hearns is almost like a dream match. And that leads us to what's been signed now is Anthony Joshua and Tyson Fury.
That's not
For-
a dream match to me.
I was going to ask that. Is that in your opinion, is that the biggest fight in combat sports right now?
No, I think everybody want to see Spinks and what's the other guy name?
Errol Spence and Terrence Crawford.
Terrence Crawford. I think everybody wants to see that right now.
Without a doubt.
I don't want to see. I mean, I want to see Fury and Joshua,
Mm-hmm.
but it's not at that much exciting as wanting to see Spinks and Crawford go at it. I think that's the match of the decade.
That's the best match. There's no other fight in combat sports that I can think of right now. It should be no bigger than Fury and Joshua is a big fight. Make
it's
no
big.
mistake, because
It's a huge fight. Yeah.
because it's two rival promotions.
Yeah, you unifying at the heavyweight title, so that's
If
good thing.
right, if you can get Tyson Fury and Anthony Joshua in 2 different fight promotions, PBC and Top Rank, right?
Right.
PBC and Top Rank. You can't tell me you can't do the same thing and get the money together for Crawford and Spence. You can't tell me. I understand some say Crawford is ducking Spence. Some will say Spence is ducking Crawford. Somebody's always saying one from the other, but you can't tell me. If you can get Fury and Joshua together, there's no way you can't get Spence and Crawford together. There's no way. You have to get this. You have to get this mega fight.
Yeah, I think they're going to get it together, but it's going to take time.
That's the problem, though. I have a problem with that because we had to wait 5 years for Pacquiao and Mayweather when they were past their primes. Both of them were past their primes. We shouldn't have to wait the two fighters who are who are very similar to each other, same style, both offensive and defensive, young and in their prime. And thank God for Spence getting out of his car accident because we wanted to see what he did at last fight, and he tore dude up.
Yeah.
So we had the questions answered.
Right.
Now it just has to be these two. There's no other fight that Crawford or Spence should sideline with each other. It's these two, and these two rival promotions have to get the money together and have to get it together. They got to.
Negotiating is the hardest part of actually, getting a deal done. So it has to. Somebody has to take more money. Somebody has to take less money. You don't know what they're negotiating, and that alone that could take long periods of time. It goes fast. Time goes fast. So
That's a fact.
like like just for the average fan, like we want this ASAP.
We want an ASAP,
but
man.
you gotta have the right promotion. You gotta the right pay-per-view channel. Whether it's gonna be Showtime, HBO.
That's going to be done. That's going to be in multiple.
Yeah, but I mean the actual proceeds from that
Right.
pay-per-view.
Right.
Who gets a certain amount of percentage, or who gets this? Then you got the promoters got to get their money. The fighters got to get their money.
And it doesn't.
It's a lot of politics that go into it.
It's the politics, which is the reason why this fight hasn't happened yet.
Absolutely.
But in terms of Fury and Joshua, I say this is
I mean, they got that done.
Yeah, they got that done. It's a good 2 fight. Fury destroyed Deontay Wilder. We haven't heard from Deontay Wilder since.
First of all, be respectful.
No. I'm not going to disrespect Deontay Wilder. I'm just saying we haven't heard from him since. He's been real quiet.
Yeah. That last fight he had with Fury, I didn't like that one. Yes, and he want to blame it on his gear that he had coming into the ring and all that stuff.
We're not going to do that here. We're not gonna do that.
But all I can say, Wilder didn't look like himself.
Yeah.
In that fight, that might have been the case, but the previous fight, I actually went to the Garden to see, Barclays to see, and I forgot the person he was fighting, but the way he knocked him out, bro. I was sitting in the suite.
King Kong Ortiz.
Yeah, when he knocked out Ortiz,
Yeah.
yo, when he hit him with that right hand,
And he fell funny.
I
yeah.
was in the suite, bro. I was in the suite, and you heard that. And once he connected,
Right.
everybody got out of their seats like, "Oh shit!"
Yeah, he's
That
not
shit
getting
sounded like
up.
a loud firecracker, bro.
And he was getting up. At all.
Nah, at all.
We
all.
just saying we got to get this fight done.
Yeah, and I think the winner should face Wilder, because Wilder had called out Joshua, and Joshua had been ducking.
Well, they have 2 fights, so I'm guessing one might be a draw, and the second one is actually going to be the real fight.
Yeah. How many fights Wilder had with Fury? It was 2, right?
Yeah, it was 2.
All right. So Wilder, which one of them was a draw, right?
Right. The second one went to Fury.
All right. So the first one, I actually think Wilder won. I think Wilder got robbed.
I agree
on
with that.
one. Wilder got robbed on that one.
I agree
And
with
Fury just totally got Wilder on the second fight.
Mm-hmm.
But I think the winner of the Joshua and Fury should face Wilder. Wilder should be the number 1 contender
Right.
after those 2 fights.
Right. Okay. Yeah, I agree with that. I'm just saying that's like for us right now, as good as a fight as that is in the heavyweight division, that pales in minuscule to the fight that we want to see in Terrence Crawford and Errol Spence Jr.
All right.
You can include Teofimo Lopez and Tank Davis. That's a good one
That's
too.
a good one.
That's
But it's not like Crawford.
It's not even. It
It's not
doesn't
even
even
close to
touch.
Crawford.
It doesn't touch it.
Yeah, it doesn't even touch Crawford and Spence.
That has to be a fight that has to happen either in Vegas or New York or L.A. New York, Vegas, or L.A. Those are only 3 spots.
It's most likely.
It's
Vegas.
most likely it's going to be Vegas
Yeah.
because of pay-per-view
T-Mobile,
buys
yeah.
and T-Mobile Arena. That. Could you imagine Spence Crawford in the Garden or Barclays Center?
Yeah, I pay to see that.
Woof.
In a heartbeat.
In a heartbeat. I'm like, look, man, I ain't gonna make it to work on Monday. It's gonna be a long weekend, bro.
Yep.
All right, so we gonna
What we got next?
What we got next? We gotta do something a little bit different. We gonna talk a little music,
All right.
and it's a very legendary question because I know where this is going. This is a legendary question.
Well, I have a favorite rapper and you have a favorite rapper, right?
Absolutely, yes. I have one of my favorite rappers,
So-
but I'm choosing one.
So we
right now.
actually want to debate who's better between my favorite rapper and yours, right?
Yes, and as I've known you for 25 years,
Yes.
you're top without question. I don't even have to. I know what
Number
I'm saying.
one.
It's Jay-Z.
Yes, number 1 is Jay-Z.
Right. I say Biggie is one of my favorite of all time. I have many others, but Biggie is to me is the dopest. Question is Biggie better than Jay-Z?
Okay.
Was Biggie better than Jay-Z? Yeah. Think hard on this one, brother.
No, I don't think hard at all. Because you already know my answer. It's Jay-Z is better than Biggie.
The blasphemy is coming out your voice.
Yes, I don't care. Yeah, we in
Oh,
Brooklyn.
my God,
we in Brooklyn,
man.
right? We in Brooklyn,
We
right?
are in Brooklyn.
Say the damn truth.
This
Who's
ain't
the
the
king of
truth.
Brooklyn?
This is not the truth.
Who's the king of Brooklyn?
It will always be Biggie.
Oh my God. Okay.
Jay may be now, but it's always going to be
Okay.
Biggie. Without
this is why I think Jay-Z is better than Biggie.
Go ahead.
All right. there are similarities there, right? Now let's go to the beginning, right? Biggie was out first, right? Now, before Biggie got on, he knew Jay-Z.
Correct.
Right? They went to the same high school, busting rhymes, right? I don't think they ever battled, but I think Jay-Z did battle Busta, right? And come to find out, Jay-Z didn't win that battle. But anyway, Jay-Z has a similar writing style that Biggie had, right? No, they had the same writing style he had the same writing style as Biggie, right? They found that out with the first session that they actually recorded. And what was that session? It's Reasonable Doubt.
Correct.
And the song was Brooklyn's Finest, right?
Correct.
So that was set up by Clark Kent. You could go on YouTube and Clark Kent would actually tell the whole story of how Brooklyn Finest actually got recorded. So Jay-Z had gave Biggie a rhyme pad for to write his rhymes. Like, I don't write my shit down, I write my shit in my head. And then it was like, oh, I do the same thing.
That's right.
So basically, they recorded Brooklyn's Finest, one of the dopest hip hop songs of all time. Now, you always hear this argument that if it wasn't for Biggie, there wouldn't be no Jay-Z.
Absolutely.
All right. That is totally blasphemous.
What?
That's blasphemous.
What?
That is You heard what I said?
What?
You heard what I said?
Go ahead. Finish. Finish. Oh my God.
Wait, you actually think if it wasn't for Biggie, there would be no Jay-Z? Tell me why.
Absolutely.
Where does that come from?
First of all, that comes from
Because Biggie was out first?
No, it's not
Biggie
a matter.
was successful first?
No, it's not a matter of success. Well, that partially is it, but I feel like Biggie's impact. To me, Jay was always East Coast, right? Reasonable Doubt, Streets is Watching. To me, Jay was just rhyming his ass off with the first two albums. You could say a couple of mixtapes here and there too, early with Clark Kent and all that. That's true too. To me, Biggie, when he first came out, his impact was not just in Brooklyn. To me, it was all worldwide, not just East Coast.
When he first came out, let's be clear. Are you talking about his first album? Or are you talking about the singles he had before he recorded his first album?
Singles before his first album.
So you're talking about Party and Bullshit?
Party and Bullshit.
Party and Bullshit was
Party
an
and
international
Bullshit.
hit?
Party and Bullshit became a real hit.
Was it an international hit? That's the question.
No, it wasn't international.
Exactly.
Hit.
So how is that?
I'm talking more of Juice.
All right. So
Juice
Biggie, wait, before that. All right. So Biggie had two singles out, right? He had
Correct.
one with the Jamaican artist, I forgot his name. Supercat, right? Supercat?
Yeah, it was Super.
Yeah, it was Supercat video. You had a verse on that, right? Then he came out with Party and Bullshit. Then also he was on the Mary J. Real Love remix.
Right.
Okay. Now, was those international hits, like you just said? Or there was just United States? What are international hits?
I think, well, Juice was always an international hit to me.
Juice?
Yeah, Juice was always a hit. Yeah, not Juice. Him.
Get it together. Get it together. Leave that Henny alone. Get it together.
I'm going to look real stupid. I apologize, people. Not Juice. Oh, what's the name of the song?
Well, I'm asking, the first three singles, Biggie was on. Right. So who's the boss? That's the Party and Bullshit was on, right? They had the single with Supercat, and he was on the Mary J. Blige Real Love remix. Was those hits international hits?
No.
All right.
They were more United States hits.
Right. So how could he be internationally known more than Jay-Z?
I just feel like Jay had impact, but it just wasn't the impact that Biggie had. Biggie's impact was like worldwide to me. And I'm not even, obviously the singles, not Juice. I keep saying Juice. What's the name of the damn song?
Juicy?
Yes,
Juicy?
Thank you, Juicy.
Juice.
Yeah, Juicy.
Juicy, wait, you got the juice part.
Juicy, obviously. If you want to go his whole first album, with the exception of maybe Party and Bullshit. His
Party
first
and
album,
Bullshit was not on his first album.
It was on his second
It was
album.
on Who's the Boss soundtrack.
I'm only saying because for some reason that cut felt like first album to me.
No.
I'll say it felt. I didn't say it was. It felt like first album to me. Mm-hmm. Am I crazy enough to think that?
No, a lot of people get mixed up with that.
I get mixed up with that. Okay.
Party and Bullshit was on the soundtrack.
But his first, I just feel like Juicy, to me was such a major hit off an original cut, and he spit his own rhymes to it, that it just became to me a big international hit.
So he had more commercial hit.
Yeah, he had more commercial hits, yes. But how long was it before people started realizing who Jay-Z was internationally?
Jay-Z first album went gold.
Was it better than Biggie's?
That was a big deal.
Biggie's first album
at the
went
time
platinum.
was only platinum.
Right.
It wasn't multi-time platinum.
Last time I checked, platinum is bigger than gold.
Yeah, but it was only gold was like 500,000 records, so you only sold
Gold was only 5,000 records, yeah.
another 500,000 more than me. I mean, that's very close to me.
A couple 5,000 off.
500,000.
500,000 off, yes.
Right. At the time. I mean, at the time. I'm not talking about now. I'm not talking about all time, because Reasonable Doubt is a multi-platinum album.
So do you feel like Reasonable Doubt, in your opinion, Reasonable Doubt was bigger than, let's say, Ready to Die?
It means what you mean bigger.
Bigger impact,
It's culturally
better
wise?
album, cultural wise, bigger impact, better album.
Commercial wise, no, it's not bigger, because it took years for people to understand Reasonable Doubt. Right? So I would say Ready to Die during that time was more of a commercial hit than Jay-Z singles at the time.
Right.
Was Ain't No Nigga.
Right.
It was Dead Presidents.
Devils 22s.
Yeah, that wasn't really a single. It was on the album. So you had Brooklyn's Finest was Puffed in on the Clear to do the video.
You gotta let that go. You gotta let that go.
It is simply Puff.
You gotta let that go. You gotta let that go, bro.
I mean,
You've been saying the same thing since junior
that is
high,
hate,
bro.
man. That just hate, man.
You've been saying that same crap, same nonsense for 25 years.
No, because Puff robbed us of that, man.
Come on,
All you had to
bro.
do was clear to fun to do the video.
You gotta let that go.
He was already hanging around with Jay-Z already.
I understand. You gotta let that go, bro.
Biggie was in the Dead President and the Ain't No Nigga video.
Yes, he was. I know that.
No, it just make Puff look like suspect on that. Like you know who Jay was on the come up. So
Yeah. So you
probably
saying
didn't want him to
it
take
should
the
have
shine
been
of the
big.
artist.
And, yeah, we know it should have been big in Jay doing that collabo. Puff didn't want to do it.
Now
He
they did the
backed out.
collabo, but they didn't do a video.
Right, they didn't do the video. Puff backed out. We know
Right,
the story.
and it was called The Commission.
Right.
Right. So, Biggie second album.
Right.
Life After Death.
Mm-hmm.
It dropped after he died, and I think
Correct.
the reason why it sold so many records because that
'Cause
was
of the
the
timing.
album he recorded before he died.
Right.
So it sold like 5 million more. Then Jay-Z's second album, which is In My Lifetime, which is a classic. It was 2 singles that actually been a classic. Why? Because if you actually look at the soundtrack of the album, right? All the songs that mostly is on the album was on the what's the name of that the movie he made, Jay-Z movie he made.
Talking about not Backstage, right?
No, one before that. And it had In My Lifetime on it. You had the Murder Inc. song on it.
Oh. I don't remember.
I just
what
had
movie
it.
that
I had it on my tip of my tongue.
I really forgot that movie too. This was 90, it's 95.
This is
right?
about 90,
95.
96, 97.
Because Backstage was 98.
Yeah, Backstage was 98. And he had Streets is Watching.
Okay.
Right, so the Streets is Watching album and movie, right? So most of the tracks was on that soundtrack was on In My Lifetime. The only songs he actually added was the song Puff and Kim was on. And I think another song he did, I think Too Short is on. Right? But that album is a classic, right? But it didn't sell. Oh, he had the Sunshine video.
Right.
When he was wearing all these different color suits.
yeah,
It was shiny suit era.
Yeah.
So he like, well, for me to, it's probably sell some records is to go with shiny suit man, and the
To
shit
me,
was totally off of what
Puff
he did.
Stole too. Which Puff stole too.
Puff is the inventor of
Because
shiny suit man.
he is the inventor. Jay came up with it first because Puff didn't say shiny suit man to really what 01, 02?
No,
Yeah, because
No,
you remember after Big
that-
died, they
but
had
that-
the whole victory thing, and then Shiny Suit Man. It was like a little intro song.
yeah,
And he
but,
been saying
yeah, but that
Shiny
was all Puff idea.
I know, but
I mean,
I just feel like Puff, at least in that terms, I think he took it from Jay.
no, he didn't take it from Jay.
I just feel like
Jay was trying to copy him.
It's hard. Jay don't have a copy from nobody. But
That's
copy
why.
from
That's
Puff?
why. No, you can look it up. That's why. That's why he did the Sunshine video. That's why it was so colorful and all that stuff with Foxy.
Okay.
Okay. Now, I think that's why Life After Death sold more records than In My Lifetime, because Biggie died, and that's what.
So you
I
feel
gotta
like
get this
Biggie's
album.
death had more sales because of his death than Jay-Z's?
Yeah, I want to think it would have sold that much if he one had died during that time.
I don't know, man.
It still would have been a classic album, but I think it
It's
would
still a
have.
classic today.
No, it is. No, I'm saying during that time. Like, we didn't know it was going to be a classic or not. Everybody's like, I want to get this album because this is the last album he actually recorded.
Right. The bigger album, Ready to Die or Life After Death. Better album.
Better album?
It's a tough one, isn't it?
I'm going to go like Ready to Die.
Gotcha. Okay. Same here.
Yeah.
Same here.
Even though, Life After Death have more, I would say more hits than actually Ready to Die has. But I think Ready to Die is his best body of work.
When you talk about Streets is Watching, right? Do you feel like that's more of a mixtape than like more of a soundtrack of a movie? Because like you said,
I mean, you
all
could
his
call it a
cuts,
mixtape.
all his cuts were from the previous album, right?
In My Lifetime,
Yeah,
Volume
In My
1?
Lifetime, Volume 1.
Yeah, that was from, but most of the tracks that was on it, like I said, was from.
Right. It felt like, to me,
Streets is Watching.
it felt like more of a mixtape more than an album. Am I crazy to think that? Do you feel, in your opinion, do you feel that way?
No. I think it's
legit
considered
album.
a soundtrack to the movie.
Okay.
Yeah.
But you don't feel like it's like a mixtape or something?
No. I think a mixtape is a little more different.
Right.
But going forward, then I think the next big album is Born Again, which you had like That Wrong with Eminem. It's a bunch of collabs and all that of O versus Mr. C had.
Yeah.
Then Jay next album is Hard Not Life,
Gotcha.
which is 98, which is
98,
he sold over 5 million copies.
That's probably at that time his most successful album.
Yes,
Even
most-
though we
at the
felt,
time,
even
yeah.
though me and you as hip hop heads, we know Reasonable Doubt to me is his best album.
Yeah, but
Lyrically.
commercially, Hard Not Life is
right.
is his most successful album.
Commercially, we feel like he had the most sales.
Until Blueprint drops.
Until Blueprint.
Because he dropped
Dynasty.
9/11.
I was going to say Dynasty, but Blueprint. I think Blueprint is his second best album. Reasonable Doubt is always his first. Now I'm talking about lyrically.
Yeah. Lyrically, Reasonable Doubt is his best.
It's his best album.
Because you could go back and still listen to that album, and
Right.
you were like, "Damn, I didn't hear that." Like, it
Right.
wasn't really like you always find something new. Like it's like you watching Come to America. Like you
Yeah.
always watch. If you watch, like the scenes that you really know, but you actually watch through it.
That's a
It's
fact.
something else that you always pick up from it.
Right.
And that's what Reasonable Doubt do for you.
Yeah, I still listen to Reasonable Doubt today. I've only listened to The Streets is Watching, I'd say about 5 times.
She's just watching.
Streets is Watching to me is my least favorite J album
What you talking about the soundtrack?
soundtrack. Yes.
Okay.
It's my least favorite album. I don't have it in order when it comes to Jay's albums.
Yeah.
But I just feel like
Well, She's Just Watching is a collab album, so
Right.
it's mostly J records, but you have the original Murder Inc., which
Right.
is Jai DMX. You got Myth Bleak on there. You got a lot of you got Sauce Money. You got the early days of Rockefeller Records on the album. Yeah,
you just gave me a throwback. I ain't heard Sauce Money.
yeah.
Yo, that's the throwback.
So Hard Knock Life is his most successful commercial album, right?
Volume
So
1.
5 million,
Right.
right? I think Life After Death sold, or I think closely went diamond, with 10 million records. You know, and I just think that was the impact of his death that actually did that. And then going forward, you really don't have anything else from him.
So you think if he was still alive, if Big was still alive today, and obviously that thing that happened in Vegas didn't happen, are you saying that Ready to Die would not have been a successful album as much as Jay's album at that time?
What do you mean?
Do you think if Biggie was still alive,
If Biggie was still alive,
do you think he would have sold more copies than Jay's album that came after? I believe that was not Reasonable Doubt.
you talking about Hard Knock Life?
Correct. If he were alive, we're just saying. If he were alive,
well, it depends because before Biggie died, he was going in another direction. He was actually going to leave Bad Boy Records.
Yeah, he was.
And so it depends on the body of work that I think Biggie would have put out more classics, but I think him and Jay would have been neck and neck because Jay was not too far behind Big. Big just had more commercial success.
Yeah.
So
yeah, but so did Jay, remember? Because you just remember Hard Knock Life. Well, obviously after Big died, obviously Volume 1, and then you could say Volume 2.
After Big died, Volume 1 wasn't successful.
Wasn't
it's a gold album, but they was expecting more from it. So when Hard Knock Life came out, he went back to his original self, like, yo, just be you, just be Jay-Z. And that's what he did. And he came out with Hard Knock Life, one of his biggest singles of all time, with the Andy sample. And that's what made himself 5 platinum plus. So after that, after Volume 2, you got Volume 3. Volume 3 it's not a great album, but it's a good album because you got So Ghetto on there, and you got Put Your Hands Up, and you got originally you got the Lost verses of If That's Your Chick.
Right.
You have that on there. You have the joint with him dissing 50 Cent. I'm all about $1. What the fuck is 50 Cent so hot? He has that. So that album right after that, it didn't really do that well. I think it sold like 1 or 2 million copies.
Right.
But when he dropped Blueprint,
that was it.
That was it.
That was it.
Yeah. And I actually think Blueprint is better than Life After Death and
Wow.
Ready to Die.
Both of them?
Yes.
What?
Yes.
Oh my goodness.
I'm talking about body of work.
So, okay, I cannot agree that Takeover. I said I was gonna say Takeover because Takeover is actually my favorite song on the album.
From track 1,
Right,
Rules Back,
right,
all the way to Renegade.
right. That is probably
I can't skip a song.
I can't either.
So that's what makes it a classic. And if I was to put a Jay record up there, like which record would you put up against Biggie? I would pick Blueprint 1 first.
I don't know, bro. I don't know.
I would put it up there to go at it with one of the Biggie records that you want to go. Then after that, all right, you got Blueprint 2. The Gift and Curse was a double album. I would never put a Jay's double album against Biggie double album. I would never do that.
No, that doesn't.
The Life of Death is way better than Blueprint 2. Gift and Curse, right? Then after that,
Black Album.
he has a Black album. He has a Black album, and he has the Unplug album, right? So
You can eliminate the Unplug album because to me now
the Black album is another classic.
Oh, major classic.
Yeah, so that's another thing. So you have Reasonable Doubt, right? You have Hard Knock Life, what people consider classic. You got Blueprint 1, right? And you got the Black album. That's 4 classics. So right,
You don't count Dynasty?
I don't count Dynasty as a classic. He has successful commercial records on there, like Give It To Me.
Yeah.
He has
1-800.
100 Hustler.
Yo, that's my favorite track right there.
that he has. Yeah, he has Change the Game.
Change the Game was classic commercial. Very commercial.
There's a lot of songs I like on there, but I don't consider it a classic.
You call
to
it
the standards of Blueprint.
You call it commercial album.
I mean, yeah, I think because Give It To Me is one of his biggest singles as well.
Right.
At the Hard Knock Life.
And Change the Game had because remember Change the Game was all Clue.
Yeah.
Change the Game was all Clue because he had part 1, part 2, and part 3 on
the remix
because he had
with,
Clue
with
had 3 parts.
Corrupt. Yeah.
Right, he had 3 parts, and that was on Professional 1, 2, and 3.
But I want to say Change the Game is probably I wouldn't name probably one of his top 10 greatest singles of all time.
Yeah, but I think that success, in my opinion, goes all to
Then
Clue.
you had
that goes all to Clue.
Then you had The Best of Me,
right,
on Clue, with Maya.
Right,
that's a classic. Like he had the whole summer on fire because of that. So I just think for Tupac to have so much body of work,
Tupac.
Yeah, I'm just listen to what I'm about to say. From Tupac, for us knowing Tupac, right? How many albums does Tupac have? Because he has so much material.
Yeah, everybody wants to say 3. Machiavelli.
I'm just talking about his because he still got shit in the vault that we haven't heard of.
This is true.
I was watching an interview the other day that Daz have unreleased songs to him and Tupac where he did on Death Row. So he has songs. right? So I'm just saying the body work Tupac has of
Right.
when he was on Earth and when Biggie was on Earth.
Right.
I mean, I think that actually puts Biggie in. You can make an argument he could be top 5 MCs, but if somebody was to say that, oh, Biggie's in my top 5, you can't really argue with that. That's like an easy pass to me. That's an easy pass to me. Just on body of work alone.
That's a tough one to argue.
And, you know, Mr. C says he had verses that he was on the Mano podcast. He had verses of Biggie, but most of the verses we had was doing them duets albums and stuff like
Right.
that. So
I don't count that either. I don't even count that
yeah.
myself.
So
man.
so basically, you only have 2 Biggie albums to go off on.
Right. You only have Ready to Die and
Jay-Z, you have
you have at least
multiple
you have
10 plus albums,
you
and the man has 22 Grammys. Just won another Grammy at that.
come on, man. I don't
22 Grammys.
Damn the Grammys, all right? When your daughter win the Grammys, she only what 6? I ain't hating, but come on, man. Enough with the.
We gotta respect it though.
I respect it, but come on, can we give Nas some respect?
Well, Nas is on a Grammy
Nas
as
just
well.
win. He's his first Grammy in 29 years.
Yeah, well, I don't think he should have won a Grammy for that album.
He should have won a Grammy for what? Stillmatic or Illmatic? And please be careful what you about to say. 'Cause
Illmatic.
wow.
Illmatic is way better than Stillmatic. When you think of Nas, you don't think of Stillmatic. You think of Illmatic. You think of The World Is Yours.
Mm-hmm.
You think of Can't Hard to Tell. You think of stuff like that. The classics with him and AZ on it.
Oh, classic with him and AZ. We're not talking phone tap. Obviously, that's different. You're talking about Halftime. Halftime is definitely tough.
Yeah.
Memory Lane with, and they had a track with Ronald Isley, early Ronald, young Ron
I don't want to say
Isley.
he was young, but you know, Ron Isley's like
Ron Isley is
my grandfather age.
That's grandpa,
That's
man.
grandpa.
Yeah. Ron Isley is. I don't want to say R. Kelly, but
Yeah. So
he's the man.
yeah. So the only person in hip hop that actually ties Jay-Z with Grammys is actually Kanye. Kanye has 22 Grammys as well. He just actually won a Grammy as well for his Christian album.
Kanye had a Christian album.
Yeah, don't listen to it, but it was it wasn't that good. But he won a Grammy for his. Just recently won a Grammy, so that's what made him tie with Jay-Z between the two all time.
All I'm saying I like is Yeezys. That's all I gotta say. That's all I gotta say, man.
Yeah.
Okay, early Kanye, Reasonable Doubt. No, not Reasonable Doubt. His first 3 albums, I'm all Kanye. When he switched up, I wasn't a fan of 808's Heartbreak, all that. When we talking the first 3 albums,
808 Heartbreak.
Late Registration,
It takes time to grow.
College Dropout,
Late Registration.
Late Registration, College Dropout.
808 Heartbreak, it grows on you, because he's doing the album like auto-tune, but the songs grow on you like he's amazing, so amazing. See, that shit grows on you.
It don't compare.
That's what it do with
to-
me. It grows on me.
I understand, but it don't compare to College Dropout.
No.
It don't even
That's a classic.
touch Late Registration.
Yeah, that's a classic as well.
It actually may not touch. What's the one with him and T-Pain? Dang, what's the name of that one? Because it's him and 50 released on the same day.
Graduation.
Graduation.
Yeah,
That
that's
was
a classic album.
That's a very classic album too.
Yeah.
But once you get
After that,
it's gone.
Yeah, Dark
It's
Twisted
gone.
Fantasies. You got a couple of singles on that. That's a classic. But getting back to the Jay-Z and Biggie argument, right? So this is why I think Jay-Z. But people make the argument that Jay-Z wouldn't exist without Biggie it's total nonsense, because right at the time Biggie died, that's one of his mans. You know, they formed a commission. I think Jay-Z would have been as successful as Biggie.
I'll give you that. I can't argue it, except for that one in the high school.
What?
And when they went to the same school, when they had the school, and he lost that first round.
Who lost the first round?
I'm gonna say the first round, the second round when he was in school, and what you just said earlier when he was in school with the pen with the battle rap, with him and Busta Rhymes with the same school.
Yeah.
And he had the battle rap when he lost that round.
No, Busta would tell you that Jay won that.
Right. That's the only thing I give him to. But Big is
No,
to
I'm
me,
just talking
he's
about
just
just-
an impactful. He's just such an impactful person with his rhyming, his skills.
No, I agree. He's
methodical.
one of the great lyricists of all time. The way he put words together, and I encourage everybody to go see his documentary on Netflix.
Yes,
Got Story to Tell.
please do.
And then, you know, just to have his jazz teacher, because Big was into jazz when he was little, and the way he was patterning his raps was actually in a jazz pattern. So that's what created his flow. But I'm not taking anything away from Biggie, but I just think Jay-Z, you know, throughout the years has showed us that he's the greatest of all time.
So Jay is greater than Pac too.
Yes. Because Pac is number 2 on my top 5. So let me tell you my top 5, right? I got Jay as number 1.
Okay.
Pac. I got Nas. I got Chuck D, which is underrated, and DMX.
Wow. So Big is not even in your top 5.
Big is not in my top 5. He's in my top 10.
Oh, wow.
He's in my top 10.
Wow.
And let me tell you this. I have Jada's Kiss in my top 10.
Oh, no argument.
So when it's hard making the top 5 because it's so many artists, but when you get to that fifth person, like I mentioned DMX because DMX is one of the artists I used to listen to growing up during 95 Days and all that shit. But it's easy to take DMX out to put Jadakiss in lyrically. Top 5 Dead Alive, and that's just on 1 LP.
Yeah,
Because the four I just named you,
can see that. I can see that.
The four I just named you
Yes.
is all X and Stone. Right? Jay-Z, Pac, Nas, and Chuck D.
I don't know about Chuck D. I'm not going to disrespect Chuck D.
Chuck D is one of the most underrated
He
MCs
is the
of all
most
time.
underrated MCs, not artists, not rappers, MCs of all time.
That Welcome to the Terror Dome will sit you the fuck down.
Yeah, it will sit you the fuck down, bro, I can't leave KRS or
I'll
Rakim.
pick Chuck D over KRS-One. I love KRS-One.
I don't know, man. No.
I love KRS-One from the Bronx, Boogie Down all day. I'll pick Chuck D.
You're thinning on ice.
I would pick Chuck D over KRS-One.
Over KRS-One?
Yes. I'll pick Big Daddy Kane over KRS-One. I will pick Rakim over KRS-One.
Okay. I was with you on the last one. I'm cool with Rakim on KRS-One, but KRS-One and Chuck D, bro, I gotta give it to KRS-One, man.
I'm just talking about because KRS-One is known for his freestyling.
Right.
I think that's one thing that he has over Chuck D. But when it actually comes down to writing a hit record,
right,
and actually putting these rhymes on paper,
right,
and getting them golden plat albums,
right,
Chuck D is way better than KRS-One as an artist. As an artist,
we're going to debate that in another episode.
Yeah. But I just think Jay-Z is better than Biggie because the body of work throughout the years.
Okay.
He had shit to prove though. He had it to prove, but he did prove it.
All right. Well,
what's the next one?
We on our last question of the day, and so obviously we're both wrestling fans, and Eric Bischoff has been named to the WWE Hall of Fame class of 2021.
Yes,
there are two
NWO
classes.
for life. Yeah.
There are two classes of 2020 and 2021. So my question to you, final question, is: do you think he was a better character in WCW or WWE?
No, of course.
Yeah,
of course.
I know this nonsense is coming. Go ahead.
His best character when he was Easy E, ATM Eric, one of the founding fathers of the NWO.
That's it.
Actually, he was Mr. McMahon before Mr. McMahon was.
Slow down.
Look at the timeline. Look at the timeline.
No.
Look at the timeline.
No.
Look at the timeline.
Blasphemous.
Look at the timeline.
Blasphemous.
Listen, when it was in 96, when it actually exposed of who the NWO was working with, right? Roddy Piper came down and actually exposed who Eric Bischoff was. He's behind the NWO, right? Character-wise, he was Vince McMahon, as we love today, as a character, as the owner of WWE at the time. Eric Bischoff beat Vince McMahon ahead of that. You can't get around that.
Yes, I can.
You can't get around that.
Yeah, I can.
How you get around that?
He's a better character when he was in WWE.
He was just a GM.
Okay. He's still a character, right?
He was just a GM though.
He's still
just
a character.
making matches.
Was he not a GM?
Matches
Was he not a GM when he was in
But what was so good
WCW?
about him being a GM?
Let's see, his creativity.
Everybody knows he did not come up with the creativity. He was just reading off a damn paper.
Sure, he's reading off the damn paper. We understand that, but obviously, he created
Can you name one match that he actually came up with as a GM?
Elimination Chamber.
Really?
Yes.
Really?
Yeah. I don't want to hear about Vince and all that. No. This is his idea. Elimination Chamber.
That was not his idea.
Raw Roulette.
He presented the idea.
Raw Roulette.
Who?
Raw Roulette.
Trash. They never had another one since.
Nah, I don't know. I don't know about trash.
They haven't had another one since.
They had it like 2 or 3. But
What was like 10 years ago?
probably, yeah.
15 years ago?
No,
Like that?
about 7, 8 years ago. You know,
Character-wise.
character-wise.
Eric Bischoff. Right. President of WCW. Right. Creates the NWO. Hall, Nash, Hogan at the time.
Not the 85 other people.
First of all, watch your mouth. Don't ever disrespect
I'm
my
just
NWO
saying.
like that. First of
I'm
all,
just
watch your
saying.
mouth.
Every
Watch your
time
mouth.
somebody's getting jumped, feel like
At
the whole
time,
feel like the whole
there wasn't that
NWO
much
was out there.
members because this is at the beginning.
Yeah, okay.
Ryder Piper comes in, exposes who Eric Bischoff off. He's the president of WCW, but also created this another monster called the NWO. Eric Bischoff, or Vince McMahon, that we know to love today, of him just being the total jerk off he is as an owner of WWE, as a character. Eric Bischoff was that character before Vince McMahon, before the Montreal Screwjob and everything. And you can't get around that.
Yeah,
He
you
was.
can. Vince is going to be Vince. He is a copycat of Vince.
Who was a copycat of Vince?
Eric Bischoff.
How?
What do you mean how?
How?
Him becoming a bad.
That came before the Montreal Screwjob. This is 96.
Yeah,
Montreal Screwjob didn't happen till late 97.
correct.
So how is he copying over Vince?
I'm just saying Vince has been doing it for a long time though. But I think that Vince is
No,
not that
I'm talking
guy.
about character-wise. I'm not talking about
Character-wise.
owners.
He does about owners. He's talking characters.
I'm talking about character. I'm not talking about owner or president.
So you're saying that
Barry Bush wasn't an owner. He was a president.
Bischoff did it first before McMahon. Is that what you're saying?
Character-wise, yes. You can't get around that.
I don't know, but I just feel
You
like
don't know. It's his.
no, I don't feel like that. I don't feel that way. I just feel like I think he copied off of Vince. I'm saying he
Copy
didn't.
off Vince
Who
of
was
what?
who was Bischoff's number 1 bad guy?
Hogan.
Good guy. To go
What year
against.
you talking about?
96, 97.
So, all
Other
right.
than Sting.
Eric Bush, let's be clear here. Eric Bischoff became president in late 93,
Correct.
right? He took over basically in 94, right? He
Correct.
signed Hulk Hogan to a multi-year contract, right? Hulk Hogan was his number 1 guy. Good guy. Yellow and red, right? Now, let's fast forward to 95 and 96, right? WCW was doing well, but wasn't doing as successful, right? Then you have this NWO storyline, right?
Correct.
You have Hall come in because his contract, and then you have Kevin Nash, right, come in, right? And then at Bash at the Beach, you have Hulk Hogan turn on WCW and say, who knows more better than the company of North than I do, right? Then a few months later, you have Roddy Piper comes in, right, fighting against the NWO, right, and actually on Monday Night Show actually exposes who Eric Bischoff was. So Eric Bischoff was behind of the actually poison being injected into WCW, which is the NWO, right? He's behind it. He's the president and actually in charge of the NWO at the time.
Are you on contract with them?
Who?
Are you on contract with NWO?
Who?
You.
Am I on contract? with
Yes.
NWO?
Are you on contract?
I'm a lifetime member of
Lord
NWO.
have mercy. Because everything you just said was not only spot on, but it was just annoying.
Oh, it was annoing?
Very
Because I'm
annoying.
right?
Whatever. Fine. And on that note, ladies and gentlemen,
Whatever. First of all,
contract.
giving all praises.
Contract.
I want to thank everybody for tuning in to episode 2 of Saucy Discourse. Make sure you go follow us on social media platforms.
Please.
The link is in our bio on our social media platforms.
Absolutely.
Go subscribe. Go to Teespring and check out our official merch.
Yeah,
on
we got
Teespring.
everything.
We got everything. Hoodies. We got hats.
We got masks.
Shit for the pets. We got shit for dogs.
We got from the kids,
Puppy
too.
hoodies and all
Yeah.
that. So make sure you go to Teespring, Social Discourse, and get you some merch.
Yeah, man. If y'all want to find me on IG, Teddy Lavish 33 on IG. Marcus Wilson on Facebook. Any questions, any concerns, just hit me up. Message and everything. Peace and love, guys. We love you. Episode 3 will be coming, guaranteed.
Definitely. Oh, and And don't forget, shout out to Aaron Blackshear. His single we played at the beginning of the show.
Yeah.
His single is called Temptation. So make sure y'all go to all
Please.
streaming platforms.
It's a real hot
and
song.
Listen to his song.
It's a real hot song.
Follow me on Spastic General 2 on Instagram and Facebook. Peace and love, y'all. We out of here.
Love y'all. God is love. Please be safe out there. Wear your mask.
And wash your damn hands.
That too. Woo. Where's your lifetime contract? I want your contract, bro.
It's in the vault.
No, it's not. It's
I have
not.
it saved up.
All that shit, like,
Oh, he had up here, like he just watched it.